Dear students, in today's video lecture we are going to study the topic from the Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry 3 second year B Pharmacy, some basic concepts related to the stereochemistry. First, we will see what is the stereochemistry. It is refers to the three-dimensional properties and the reaction of a molecule. It is refers to the study of static and dynamic aspects of the three-dimensional spatial arrangement of an atom that form the structure of a molecule. The word stereochemistry is derived from the Greek word stereos, means the three dimensionally, and a focus on the stereoisomers and their roles in the organic, inorganic, biological, physical, and especially supramolecular chemistry. There are mainly two types of isomerism. First one is the structural isomerism and second one the stereoisomerism. Now we will see what is exactly isomerism or the classification of isomerism. If the compound is having the same molecular formula, then it is the isomer, and if it is not having the same molecular formula, then it is not isomers. Next is, do the compound have the same connectivity? If yes, then it is the stereoisomer. If no, then it is the constitutional isomer. Now, what is the stereoisomer? Can the compound have the interconverted by the rotation about the single bond? Then, if yes, then it is the conformational change, and if it is not, it is the configurational change. First, we will see what is the configurational. Is the isomer at the tetrahedral center? Either yes or no. If no, then it called as a geometric isomerism, and if yes, then it is called as optical isomerism. In optical isomerism, are the compounds are non-superimposable mirror images? If yes, then these are called as enantiomer, and if no, then these are called as diastereomers. Second part, if your compound is not having interconverted by the rotation about the single bond, if it is converted, then it is a conformational isomerism. In this slide, we can see in short the isomerism. These are either constitutional isomerism or the stereoisomerism. In stereoisomerism, these are either diastereomers or the enantiomers. In diastereomers, these are having the cis and trans isomer, and in diastereomers, it also have the conformers at the rotamers. Now we will see the stereoisomerism. Stereoisomers have the same atomic connectivity, but they differ in the spatial arrangement or the orientation of the constituent atoms. These stereoisomers are further classified as configurational and the conformational isomerism. Configurational isomers are further classified as optical isomers and the geometrical isomer. The concept of dynamic stereochemistry explains the difference between them. So, first is your configurational isomer. These are refers to the arrangement of a bond and can be changed only by breaking the bond. Like D and L configurations of organic molecule can only be changed by breaking one or more bond. Whereas conformational isomers, these are refers to the arrangement of the atom in a molecule that can arrive by the free rotation. You have to remember over here that conformational isomers due to the free rotation of atoms about a single chemical bond and can be changed without breaking the bond. Now you will get idea. Configurational, that is the breaking of bond, and conformational, that is without breaking the bond. In configurational isomer, the two main types of configurational isomers are geometrical isomers and the optical isomerism. Whereas this conformational isomer describes the different spatial arrangement of an atom or a group in a molecule that can arise due to the rotation around a single bond. Now we will see over here that isomer A and B. This is your mirror plane. When you see this molecule in a mirror, you will get the different isomer. Similarly, when you are considering cis and trans isomer. Due to the only rotation about this bond, these molecules having the as these two same group on the same side, that's why it is a cis isomer, and as these same groups on the opposite of the double bond, that's why it is a trans isomer. So these are your optical isomer and the geometrical isomer due to the configurational isomerism. Whereas due to conformational isomerism, you have to just rotate a bond. Now you can see this structure of ethane. This is your Newman's projection formula. In structure of ethane, you can see this is your first front carbon, first one. Here you can see this is your front carbon, and this carbon is having the 3 hydrogen. Now you can just imagine over here, this is your front carbon with 3 hydrogen, and back to this circle is your second carbon having the 3 hydrogen. This is your second carbon. So this is your conformational isomerism. Similarly, this structure can be represented by the Sohor's projection formula like this. Now we will see the optical isomerism. Optical isomerism is the property exhibited by the compound having the same structure but the different configuration and bearing an ability to rotate the plane polarized light. A pair of optical isomer has the similar physical and the chemical property, and their distinguishing character being only their ability to rotate the plane polarized light in the opposite direction, but in equal magnitude. Such a pair of optical isomer is termed as enantiomers. Enantio means opposite. This property of rotating the plane of plane polarized light is referred as an optical activity. Then what is the plane polarized light? You can see the light propagate in all direction. You can see this is the light source. When it passes, it propagate in all directions. Okay. Then when this propagation in only one direction light in the all the possible planes, when ordinary light is passed through the Nichols prism, now you can see over here. Okay. So when this light is passes through the polarizer, then it is propagated only the single direction. When it is a sample tube, then when this light is passes through this sample, then the plane polarized light has been rotated. Okay. So we will see when ordinary light is passed through a Nichols prism. That Nichols prism is nothing but a Canada balsam piece of calcite, calcium carbonate arranged in a definite manner, or a polarizer. Light is found to vibrate only in only single plane, and it is said to be the plane polarized or the simply polarized light. And this light is having the ability to rotate your compound, your sample in one direction, and that magnitude is nothing but your optical activity. So next is what is optical isomers. First is enantiomers. It can be defined as a non-superimposable mirror images. In short, molecules that have one carbon with 4 different substituents have a non-superimposable mirror images. You can see over here, this is your lactic acid molecule. Enantiomers have the tetrahedral structures. Enantiomers having the non-superimposable mirror images isomers. Enantio means opposite and mobs means different form. These are having the identical physical properties. Now you can see this is your plus lactic acid and the minus lactic acid. These two are the non-superimposable mirror images. That's why it is called as enantiomers, and which are having the identical physical properties. Next is diastereomers. Diastereomers are non-enantiomeric stereoisomers that are not mirror images of each other. Diastereomers are stereoisomers that are not enantiomers. They have 2 or more stereocenters and differ in their orientation of at least one of them. In brief, diastereomers are non-identical mirror images having the different physical properties. They have minimum 2 asymmetric carbon atoms. Their rates of reactions are different. Their separation by chromatography or crystallization is easier. N is equal to the number of chiral center 2n is the number of enantiomers and diastereomers. Now you can take these examples of 2,3-dichloropentane. In this structure there are the 4 different structures are present. You can see the structure 1 and 4, these are diastereomers, whereas structure 1 and 2, these are enantiomers. Structure 3 and 4, these are enantiomers. These are non-superimposable mirror images. That's why structure 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, these are the enantiomers, whereas 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 2 and 4, 2 and 3, these are diastereomers. Next is mesocompound. An achiral compound with a chiral center is called as mesocompound, and it has a plane of symmetry. The two structures on the right in the figures are identical, so the compound is 2R3S is achiral, or in other words, half part of the molecule is exactly the mirror image of the half part. You can see this is your plane of symmetry. This half part is exactly the mirror images of the second half part. That's why these compounds are called as mesocompound. Similarly, you can see in this structure this plane of symmetry. Thus it is a case of identical substitution on both chiral center. You can see this has the first chiral center, this has the second chiral center. Next point is the geometrical isomerism. These are having the different arrangement of a group across the plane of double bond in a acyclic or across the plane of single bond in cyclic. First we will see in a cyclic molecule have a sp2 hybridization carbon-carbon double bond. You can see over here it consists of the sigma and the pi bond. As there is the double bond, of course there is the sigma and pi bond. Restriction of carbon-carbon double bond rotation, trans more stable than the cis. You can say as these are opposite sides, that's why it is a trans, and our same side, that's why it is a cis. Now this trans is more stable than the cis. Why it is so? Because the steric hindrance in the molecule get reduced. Thank you very much.